Today I'm going to discuss about the mechanics and process of speaking. The first is the sound production. The most basic principle of speech production is that all sound are produced by moving air. Air moves from the lungs to the mouth, be it the throat or the vocal folds, also called vocal cords, vibrate as needed. And then are the articulators, move from the mouth, lips, tongue, cheek, palate, and etc. Shape the specific sound. The initiation of sound as a means of information. Transmission sound are germ vocal twin produced in the respiratory system and mechanical wind produced by the mutual contact of the body parts on by contacting with some element in the environment. The next is also called the trachea. The trachea is also called the windpipe. It is a tube that allows air to pass forms from the lungs to the larynx. It has rings made up of cartilage that project the airway, or also known the windpipe, or, or the cartilage tube that connects to the larynx to the bronchi of the lungs, allowing the passage of air and also is present in the almost all air breathing animals with lungs. The trachea extend from the larynx and branches into the two primary bronchi. The next, also called is the larynx and vocal folds. You probably heard the larynx referred to as a voice box. It's very important for the production of speech. The vocal folds are part of the larynx. They are folds of muscular tissue that a person can close and open to varying degrees. When pronounced voices sound the and S sound, we narrow the vocal folds sound so that the air passing through the, the example of this is a E or try E sound, try to making an is sound, they making the Z sound to feel the difference. The larynx and vocal folds, also known as the vocal folds, are located within the larynx, also colloquially known as a voice box, at the top of the trachea. They are open during inhalation and came together close during the swallowing and phonation. The next is the pharynx. The pharynx is above the larynx with but below the alveoli. It is a passageway to can carry both air and food. It is the part of the vocal tract as the vocal folds release puffs air and the sound waves. The pharynx is a part of the throat behind the mouth and the nasal cavity, and above the esophagus and the trachea. The tubes going down to the stomach and the lungs. It is found out by vertebrates and invertebrates. To its structure varies across species. So vertebrates, so it means it's an animal with a spinal cord surrounded by cartilage or bone. This word comes from the vertebrae, the bones that make up the spine, or The next is the invertebrates. So invertebrates is Earth's animal that neither possess nor develop a vertebral column derived from the notochord. This includes all animals apart from the subphylum Vertebrata. The next is the nasal and oral cavities. So the nasal and oral cavities is called the cavity. It's a space above and behind the nose. It can be used to produce nasal sound like M and N, raising the soul palate, also called the velum. Blocks air from entering the nasal cavity. The oral cavity or mouth also manipulates the formation of sound. It is the bioplate that separates the nasal cavity from the oral cavity. It is covered superiorly by respiratory mucosa, ciliated pseudotrified column epithelium, and inferiorly by the oral mucosa. And the next is the articulators. So the articulators is a subfield phonetics that studies articulation and ways that humans produce speech. Articulative phoneticians explain how humans produce speech sounds via the interaction of different sociological structures. And that's all for today. And thank you.